every life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of information. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see it through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life, the health futures looks bright.
Woo! What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? This is Robert Ferguson. Yeah. Your nutritionist, the guy who shares because he cares, and today is no different. And today we're going to talk about alcohol, cholesterol, and inflammation. Oh my. And to keep this upbeat and to keep it fun, I'm going to bring on nutrition, health, and weight loss coach, Miss Amy Prine. But before I do that, let me invite you to like and subscribe to our newsletter. Look at all the links that we have below, and you can also contact me as well as Amy. We have a free seminar you could watch, and we have an upcoming Food as Medicine conference online. You don't got to buy a hotel. You don't got to get on the airplane. But I would recommend that you put yourself in a situation where no one can bother you and you can enjoy it the way it's to be enjoyed. Early registration is now. The price will go up. So I'm not even going to say what that price is because some of you may catch the replay, and I just hope that you register before it goes up. And again, I'm not even going to tell you what it is. Just go to the site. The link is provided below. Other than that, let's get into this. So joining me today is Miss Amy Prine, everybody.
Hey, Robert, how are you?
Well, if you can't figure that out, I'm doing pretty good, Amy.
I was backstage kind of getting into it too, so.
Yeah, I'm like sitting here going, it's a Friday. It's a Fat Loss Friday. Years ago, I used to have a radio show with my man, Steve Allen. And the name of that show was Fat Loss Friday.
Fat Loss Friday, yep.
Every Friday, we would go on the radio, and we would have conversations about whatever was talk aboutable. And then we would give away a whole bunch of information, sometimes give away some gifts and help people.
Yep.
And again, as I mentioned up front, today is no different. So I want to have this conversation with you, Amy, as though it's just you and I sitting, at your office, my office, sitting at a coffee store. And I want to invite people to be a fly on the wall and just listen to us, just have a real conversation. We'll keep it no more than 30 minutes. But before we do that, is there anything you want to share up front or say hi to everybody? I told them that you're a new health, nutrition, weight loss coach. But anything else you want to share before we have our conversation that they're invited to listen in on?
No, I'm just hoping that people are listening to us and I'm excited for this conversation too. So
okay, well, I know one of the questions that you have was about the balance oil, which Amy and I both endorse. It is the number one supplement. It's not something that you start and stop. Like you'll hear people talk about a multivitamin and taking all these different things that are out there. I'm telling you right now, and I would debate this. I would debate anybody on if you had only one supplement to take.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can take a whole bunch of other ones, but nothing would be more important unless you have an obvious diagnosis, and it's like vitamin D, for instance. And they say that, hey, you're low on vitamin D, and that's one of the reasons why you are tired or maybe have cramps or muscle fatigue. And they check it with a test, and then they recommend you to start vitamin D, and then they check it again later, and you go, hey, you're no longer deficient in vitamin D. Okay. I'm not gonna argue with that because the same thing we're talking about is a deficiency of omega-3, the balance oil. And for those of you who are new to it, you can learn more. You can reach out to us. But the balance oil, one of the things that makes it absolutely incredible is that it's a blend, a combination of both omega-3 and polyphenols.
Mm-hmm.
And when together, the outcome is absolutely magical.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, I'm talking about kids, grandma, someone who thinks they're losing their memory, everybody benefits from it. So all of that being said, what's the question that you have, Amy?
Well, as you know, I'm definitely a coach, and I've been working with clients for 15 years, and there's various questions that I have been asked. But most recently, since we've started the balance oil, I've had some clients say that they've actually spoke to their doctors, and they talked about the balance oil because I have informed them about it. And they present it to the doctor, and the doctor says, okay, but it does raise your cholesterol. So I would like to get your opinion on that.
Well, one, if I was talking to the doctor, I would be fully aware that the doctor has no idea what the product is. So if you have someone who's using a product and they can't communicate what makes it unique and why they're taking it, then yeah, they're going to go from being uninformed to talking to someone else who's misinformed, and next thing you know, they're not using the product that was actually helping them. That'd be upfront, because the doctor is referring to some studies in the past that demonstrated that people who were taking omega-3, they saw that it actually caused cholesterol levels to go up. Now, if that's total cholesterol, that would be a positive. If it's HDL cholesterol, that's a positive. If it's LDL cholesterol, most physicians will have alarm. So you look at that one or two studies that showed that, and then it was in a couple journals. But the flip of that is that omega-3s lower triglycerides, improve HDL cholesterol, helps with blood pressure. You burn more calories naturally just because you're taking this supplement. It's been documented over 200 extra calories a day. Your skin is better. Your hair is better. And that would be the same as if the doctor says, hey, if you eat salmon, that's going to cause your cholesterol to go up. If you eat vegetables, that's going to cause your cholesterol to go up. So the doctor is just misinformed. They don't realize that the balance oil is a combination of polyphenols, which acts like an antioxidant. Polyphenols, when you eat a red bell pepper, orange, like in your fruits and vegetables, we're getting polyphenols. And then you have the omega-3 that we know all the benefits to go with that. But when those two are together, you have an overwhelming outcome of benefit after benefit after benefit. So I would say to your client that the doctor is a little misinformed. And if that doctor wants to call me through you, I would welcome them to a conversation. Because I actually just did this a few days ago. I got on the phone with a doctor who is good friends with one of my clients, and he had some, I guess, advice that contradicted what I had recommended. And then we got on the phone, he and I, and in 10 minutes, he was in full agreement. So sometimes it really comes down to the physician being able to communicate with someone who can help them see why we're doing what we're doing, what the benefits are, and how this is not what they've read in the journal. So your client, I would say, hey, your health is more important. Ask your doctor if I eat salmon, which has a good amount of omega-3, about the same amount that's in the recommended amount of the balance oil, does eating salmon cause the same problem? And I would say no. And part of the reason could be the fact that the salmon naturally has polyphenols woven inside of it. And it's the polyphenols with the omega-3 is where you get the biggest bang for your time. Whereas the fish oils that they studied and made those conclusions is based on just omega-3. And you and I both know that if it's just omega-3, as we've seen in hundreds, millions now, people taking just omega-3, when they do the tests, because I bet you she didn't share that with the doctor, that I had a test done. We do the in-house test of the omega balance, omega 6 to 3 balance, also the amount of omega 3 that's inside of our body at the cell membrane level. I'm sure if she were to give him more information that I'm taking a test and explain it, there's no way he would make that comment.
Right. And I'm not sure if she mentioned the test or not, but
no, I doubt. No, I will bet money she did not. And that's not a dig on her.
no,
It's
no,
just
no.
the average person, they go in, you got your 5-10 minutes with the doctor, you throw in something, and then they're going to make a judgment based on what they believe they understand.
Sure.
So that's where you and I come in, so that we can actually help people navigate around the information that may not be as accurate as what the doctors are recommending.
Sure. Yeah. And speaking of the test, if we could actually go in and talk about the test a little bit, I'd like to make people aware of, with our Balance Oil Plus, there is a test. So instead of guessing if you're okay on the omega-3, a little high on the omega-6, we have a test. And all it is the prick of the finger, and then we send it in, and then you get your results back. And like you said in the beginning, Robert, I think a lot of people feel that once they lower their omega-6, that they just quit taking the oil. And I've actually heard people say that. So that obviously is not true. So we're going to continue taking that. Like I tell people, I will be taking the balance oil for the rest of my life. So I don't know what your thoughts are on that. I mean, I do know what your thoughts are. But I just want to clarify to people that, yeah, it's not a one and done. So we test in the beginning, we take it for 4 months, and then you will receive another test in the mail, and you're definitely going to find out that you will see improvement.
Absolutely. So here's what the test looks like, you guys. You get this test. This is part of the service. The product is the product, but this is the test. And this test is something you do at home, and you will know. Mm-hmm. So when you have 99% of people that are deficient in omega-3, and you can quickly tie in all of these conditions that people don't like that are part of being deficient in omega-3, when you're no longer deficient, a lot of these conditions improve significantly because you're no longer deficient. So if taking a product, everybody listen, if taking a product helps you improve your results, your lab work, and you get the data and see that you have improved, that's not a product that you would stop using. Now, some people, there's mental health conditions out there. Not everybody is as smart as everyone. So some people either need more hand holding, and other people need to get off their, I don't know what you want to call it, their soapbox, and be open to learning some things. Then they could actually help themselves. So when I share it, Amy, with the balance oil with people, and I talk about the test, and if they don't get it, right, God bless them. I'm moving on. I mean, like I told one of our coaches this morning who, I was talking to her, and I said, hey, look, I'm going to share this with you one more time, and then I'm never going to bring it up again. And I said, do me a favor. I want you to know that I'm not selling you. This is not about you buying the product. This is about you being informed, educated, and if it makes sense to you, it's to your benefit to get the product. And so she was open ears. And by the time we were done, she was like, okay, just tell me what to buy. She finally heard me. It's like, why put yourself in a situation that your health becomes compromised and we can actually help you? So anyway, I don't want to spend all our time on the balance oil, but it's something that can help everybody. And don't take our word for it. Just do the damn test.
Yep.
And help yourself.
Oh, exactly. Help yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yep.
All right. So what's the next thing you want to talk about? Come
on. Let's talk about alcohol. Alcohol and consuming alcohol, the effects that it has with nutrition, the roadblocks that it may put in. So I'm going to give it to you. How do you coach clients that enjoy their alcohol?
Well, one, I enjoy alcohol. Um, I like to have a glass of wine. I started getting into some whiskeys, learning about that. Then I played around a little bit with some vodka. At this very moment, as I'm talking, I'm not drinking alcohol. I still like it, but I'm not drinking it because my goal, I have a fitness goal for January 1st, is very important to me. And my value, worth, and importance, I'm putting a lot of it into this goal. And drinking alcohol will stop me and definitely slow down. Well, for what I'm doing, it's a fitness goal. So if I want to accomplish this goal, there's no way I can be drinking alcohol because it does hinder my performance.
Yes.
Right. So if you see
Yes.
someone who's a professional boxer or someone who's a tennis player or someone who's got a fitness goal, they're going to run the marathon. Trust me, they may like alcohol, but they know that if I want to do as well as I want to do in that event, then right now I'm not going to drink. So let me just say that. Number two is I put on a seminar called Wine, Chocolate, and Weight Loss. And for the first time online, I'm going to actually do an hour presentation in my upcoming Food as Medicine course, which is going to be fascinating because we're going to talk about the health benefits of drinking alcohol. There are benefits. And alcohol can be your friend. It's like when I look at wine, I think of food. I don't see wine as alcohol because it's been around for thousands of years. People have enjoyed it for the benefits, and the same thing with cacao, chocolate. And they both share a lot of really amazing benefits. So all that being said, with your clients, when you look at alcohol and they're making a fat burning meal, teach them or encourage them, and I'm sure you do this, to portion it out and make sure that they know, like when we make a fat burning meal, wine or a beer or some whiskey, those are all fast carbs. And if you consume your meals with alcohol, just do it the way we make a fat burning meal. Then the portion is going to be good. And if it's not a meal, then make it a snack. Don't overindulge. Now, the thing that they would want to understand if they want to drop body fat, is that right? The person wants to drop body fat?
Yeah, and weight. Yeah.
Okay, well, weight,
Oh,
body fat is all
Yep.
right. So when you drink alcohol, the same as when you drink high fructose corn syrup, it has to go to your liver to be metabolized. And it can't be used for fuel. Your muscles can't use it. Your brain can't really use it.
Right.
So alcohol, like they'll call it an empty calorie, but it has to go to the liver. And when it goes to the liver, everything else, as far as all the metabolic pathways, all the other processes that are taking place around nutrients, everything comes to a halt until the liver can detoxify the alcohol. So people tend to increase body fat when they're drinking alcohol like regularly. And the more they drink, the more they overwhelm their liver, which means everything else gets put into a long line of just waiting to be processed. And when it's in that long line, if you think about nutrients, it just gets stored in fat cells because the body can't burn it, can't use it for fuel, can't do anything until the liver is done detoxifying the alcohol.
Right.
So drinking alcohol is cool, but just keep in mind, you know, you want to be wise, right? So if I have a glass of wine, I'm going to have wine with slow carbs, for sure. I'm not eating bread, pasta, any other fast carb if I'm consuming alcohol.
Right. And portion size with alcohol, like anything, portion size is really important too. So got to limit our alcohol.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, drink your alcohol when you're on the way to losing weight. Because remember, my seminar is called Wine, Chocolate, and Weight Loss, which I demonstrate how you can enjoy your wine and still reduce your waistline. So you can still have alcohol. you got to learn how to do it, right? So if I'm
Exactly.
coaching someone, if you're coaching, they just give them the plan, and then it's up to them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they have a hard time keeping to the portion sizes, maybe they have another problem they want to look at. It's called AA. And I say that seriously because
I know. I
some
know.
people, if you don't get your alcohol, I've had moments, and my
Mhm.
mom will call me on it because she's been sober for 43 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Amen.
Yes, amen. Yeah, here in Wisconsin, we have our beer and our cheese curds.
Mm-hmm.
So
All
yeah, I
right.
think you explained it very well. So everything that we know, and now it's just having my clients put it into practice and watching the portion size.
Yes.
So
So,
yeah.
okay. Now, did you have a third question?
I don't think I did, Robert.
Okay. Well, I did mention inflammation. And I like to mention inflammation because we can talk about inflammation every day, all day.
For sure.
There are many people living with a lot of inflammation in their
Mhm.
body. And they're not addressing the inflammation or the cause of it. Instead, they start looking to go like natural paths. They start going to this person and that person to help fix what their situation is, but they never ever went to the cause. And if they went to the cause, they wouldn't need all that other stuff.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
So inflammation is something everybody could benefit from. And what is the number one thing a person can do to reduce inflammation and put themselves in a healthier, better place? Learn how to eat, which is what we teach people.
Yes.
If you don't know how to eat and you're walking around with inflammation and living with neuropathy in your feet and your hands, why haven't you called us?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
help me get that. It's kind of like I don't know if you saw, I did a post earlier today where I asked a question that, and it was set up where I said everyone can improve their health,
Mhm.
but not everyone does it. And I asked everybody, like, why do you think that's the case? Why isn't it that people aren't? And the answers are interesting. Some people said lazy. Some people said I don't have the discipline. Some people said the price. One of the people on there is someone I knew from childhood. She knows exactly what I do, but she ain't scheduled no free consultation with me. So it makes you go, okay, well, if I'm watching Robert's stuff, or if I'm looking at Amy's posts, I see what she does, but yet I'm just going to sit here and just watch her
Mhm.
posts and do nothing to improve I'm not even going to call Amy, and I know her.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right. I even saw a lady who was one of my clients, a couple years ago, and I gave her a really special deal. And I know she's still battling. And she was on there going, lack of discipline, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all you got to do is pick up the phone
Mhm.
and we can help you.
Mhm.
So that's my question to you, Amy. Why is it that people who are aware of you, that know you in your community, outside of your community, they see you helping people, watching people lose all kind of weight and get off medications, and they're on medications and they have weight to lose? In your opinion, and I guess, it's your guess, why do you think people are not calling you when you actually are providing a solution to the problem they're living with?
That's a really wide open question. I think there's several reasons. Um, I've heard here one client that I have worked with. She actually told me that she was embarrassed that she had let herself go so far. The weight that she's gained. I've also heard people feel that it costs more to eat healthy. I personally disagree with that. I feel that eating the junk food, as I'm going to say, is just as expensive. I mean, gosh, a bag of chips, you're pushing $7, which is outrageous. I would much rather buy strawberries or blackberries, etc. And then the other thing that I have had people tell me is they're afraid to, once they do reach out to me, that they're afraid of failing another program. They're afraid of failure. So embarrassment, cost, and failure is what I hear a lot. You have your mic turned off.
Okay, mic's back on. Sorry about that. Sorry, people. What I said was what you just shared was great. Because I think you hit on a whole bunch of points. So maybe we could wrap it up and we could, bring up each one of those points and I'll give you my 2 cents. And you gave really good information. And I'm in full agreement with everything you just said. So let's go back to one of the points. So give me a few of those and see, and then I'll give you my comments on it.
Embarrassment is the first thing that I said.
Okay. You know what? Sharon's listening to us right now, who I invited you. I want more people to be able to have a conversation with Sharon. Sharon's great.
Hi, Sharon.
Sharon would be great to have this conversation because one of the things I like about my conversation with Sharon, like you, I respect her and I know a lot about her past as far as her knowledge and understanding of spiritual psychology and just, being a kind, loving person, right?
Yes.
And so when you said what you said about people feeling embarrassed, you know what? Any of you guys who are listening to Amy and I have this conversation, and you know me or Amy, you work with either of us, but you're feeling embarrassed because you've gained weight, reach out to us because one of the things that we are big on is not judging anybody.
Exactly. Never.
So I totally get what you're saying. And I can see a lot of people feel that way. And what I've seen mostly is that I'll have someone that I coach, they'll gain some weight and then they'll say, all right, I'm going to call Robert, but let me get a little bit of his weight off.
Mm-hmm.
And they never do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they never get the weight off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I tell them, don't keep waiting. It's like I text one of my clients this morning, Chris, I'm not going to say his last name. And I said, because we talked when I was in Vegas, we had a quick call. And then I said, okay, well, here's how I want you to get back on board because he had gained some weight back. And I'm sure his numbers are not going in the right direction. And I said, and make sure you schedule. And I also said, buy the Balance oil because he says he trusts me, right? I said, here's the link. So get it before I talk to you next. He never got it. And he didn't schedule. So, I feel for him and I feel for anyone who's going through that. But just know that Amy and I, we're here for you. Okay. And we can make it easy to get you back on track.
100%.
Okay. Next question. What's the next one?
The second thing I said was the expense of what I hear people say it's too expensive to eat healthy.
And we both agree that that's not true.
That's not true.
No. I once had a guy, and I can't find this guy, but he was my client. We got him some really good press. And he primarily went to the 99-cent store when I was working with him. And in the 99-cent store, you get everything's 99 cents or a lot of things. So he could get like Cliff bars and stuff like that for 99 cents, much cheaper than when you go to a regular store. And he would get his food there. And we made it work on a budget. And this guy lost over 200 pounds.
Wow.
Over 200 pounds. And he's up in Oakland, California area. And I need to track him down. I haven't talked to him since the pandemic. But he was an amazing story because he demonstrated that you can make it work. Mm-hmm. And when we did the clinical trial in St. Louis or the state of Missouri, and we were working with underserved and under-resourced communities where, they didn't have the kind of stores that you and I can just quickly go to. And if they did have that store closed, they didn't have the money to pay for it. Mm-hmm. So we went in there, we helped thousands of people. And I remember showing them how to make a fat-burning meal for 80 cents. A balanced fat-burning meal. The way we teach people how to make it for 80 cents. And at that point, we won people over. So for those of you who think it's more expensive, let me tell you, right now, and because I have a fitness goal right now that I'm going after, as I mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
I'm spending way less money on my groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Like significant.
Mm-hmm.
Like significant. I mean, mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can go get a brand new car. I could have a nice pay. I mean, I'm talking, I bet I'm saving, I don't know, $400 or $500 a month right now because I'm focused and I'm staying the course and I'm eating the way I teach everybody else to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then, like, I also add to that too is think of if you have to go on a prescription. Now you've got health issues because you've been eating a lot of the wrong foods, and now you're putting on medication. So medication is not cheap either. So yeah,
yep.
I don't think it's any more expensive. So
And all those I'm telling you, people, I think you nailed it. You hit on it. We just got to get people started. We need to give them that little bump, that little, maybe an extra call or a text message.
mm-hmm.
And once they get started, then we can do some things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's do one more. What's another one you said?
Failure. People are afraid to start a program and fail like they did in the past.
Well, that's all wrapped around living in a diet mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get that. I totally get it. Like, that's why I did a little talk the other day and I called it blind weight loss. And the goal with blind weight loss is I talked about if you approach losing weight the way we teach it, blindly get into it. That means you don't need your scale because there's nothing to check to see if it's working. If you remove that, like right now, I'm not getting on the scale. I mean, okay, play devil's advocate if you want. Two weeks ago on a Monday, right? So it hasn't even been a full 2 weeks since I've been on my journey right now.
So it will be Monday, right?
Well, Monday will be 14 days.
Okay.
So I'm on day 12.
Okay.
And on day 12, well, on day 1, I did my weight, I did my body fat, I did a measurement, I did my waist. Why do I need to check my weight? Like, seriously, let's see if we can get everybody to get this. Sharon, Sandy, Maricela, you guys tell me, why do I need to check my weight? Why does anybody need to check their weight when they have the plan? So play devil's advocate. Amy, if you're like, think of someone, like, and I go, hey, and they're watching, I go, I don't need to check my weight. I'll check it on November 1st. So I go at least 3 weeks. I don't need to check it. Maybe I'll go 30 days. I don't need to check my weight. So what would be your question based on me saying that?
Why aren't you checking your weight?
I go, why would I need to? So now I'm putting the question back on you now. Why would I need to check my weight before 30 days?
So as a client, okay, so I'm being the client.
Yeah, be a client.
Yep. Okay. So as a client, don't you want to know? I mean, I weigh myself every single day. Why?
What do I need? What do I need to know?
Your weight. Aren't you excited to know if you lost weight?
No, I don't need. Why do I need to know? I don't need to know because I know it's. I believe in the plan.
Mm-hmm.
I know the plan works, and I'm not cheating. I'm not eating a little bit of this extra or a little bit of that, or maybe I'll have like just a little bit of that. I'm not doing that. I am following the plan. I don't need it. What is there to check?
Mm-hmm.
I already know it's working.
Right. You and I know that. And the
No,
plan.
but I'm telling you, like people, I mean, where's the pushback? Okay, like really. So let me see. What does Sharon say? Oh, Sharon mentioned curiosity, but then she says, last week you reminded me of the tendency to sabotage as I'm getting to success, which is true. We had a great conversation and it helped me. That's great. Great. And then Sharon says, maybe it's curiosity. I don't need. Okay. Here's my analogy that I shared in my live. And anyone go on my YouTube and you will see it. It says blind weight loss. And for, I don't know, at least over 30 minutes, I explained this in great detail. But imagine being married and you're in love. Do I need to check on my husband to see if he's being faithful? Do I need to constantly like be tell me you love me like 20 times a day? Like, what do I need to do? Or do I just need to be a good person, love my wife, girlfriend, whatever, be there, be supportive? I just need to do the work. I don't need to hire a private investigator. I don't need to check on her.
That's a great way to look at it.
I mean, it's when you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to make a fat burning meal. I actually had chili for breakfast because I made Faith's chili. So I woke up with chili. Then today at lunch, I had shrimp tacos. And then for dinner, I'm going to have steak and green beans. And then I have like a little snack if I get hungry or want something else.
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to check? Check my weight tomorrow to see if everything I'm doing and working hard, if it's working. I know it's working. That's blinded weight loss. Believe in it and just stay the course. I can tell you right now. Well, I know from my workout this morning. My workout was like, man, 50 times better than day one. And I was telling my daughter today, I go, man, daddy's killing it. She goes, what do you mean? What are you doing? I go, I told you I have a goal for January 1st. And my personal goal is a fitness goal, and is to run 3 miles in less than 18 minutes. 3 miles in less than 18 minutes, which I will do. And I'm on path to do that. And I know that I'm naturally going to drop some body fat. I'm not even trying to. But when you're training right and you're eating right, everything becomes right. The people who need to get on the scale are the ones who doubt, the ones who they're suspect. They're not following the plan, or maybe they don't understand the plan. Not me. I know the plan. And I want to be able to run that fast. And to run that fast, I'm going to drop some body fat.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to drop. It's just going to come off, which is good. I mean, it's time for me to get my fitness back to where I like it to be. It hasn't been there since or during the pandemic. So
yeah, the pandemic was definitely hard on us.
Yep.
Boy, 3 miles, 18 minutes. That is fast.
Yeah, but since I've been in the Marine Corps, I've done that. My fastest time is 15:37, but I did that when I was, I think, 18. And then I would stay in between 16, 17 minutes for years. And then my goal was just to make sure I'm under 18 minutes. Just make sure I'm. And right now, I hate looking at my numbers. I don't like them at all. So, because I hadn't ran in a long time, right? So, I'm keeping track of everything, and I'm actually going to show my nutrition plan. I'm going to share that as part of the Food is Medicine, and I'm going to show everybody what my time was. I won't be at my goal yet, but people are going to learn a lot from exactly what I ate, the time that I ate it, what the meals look like, how I was exercising around it. I'm going to share all of it, step by step by step. And then on January 1st, I'm going to the track. Nobody's going to be there. It's going to be New Year's Day. And I'm going to get on the track with my stopwatch, go. And I'm going to, what track, you've been to the track.
Yep.
I'm going to run somewhere. It'll be, I'm suspecting 17:30 to 17:50.
That's impressive.
It'll be under 18 minutes.
That is impressive.
Hey, I got to go.
Yes, you do. You got to go.
I got to go.
You
so what does Sharon just say? She says, light bulb, my trust level needs to go up. Yeah. See, Sharon gets this stuff. Because oftentimes when you get a client, right, as a coach, one of our goals is to build trust with them. And my clients, I just got off the phone with the client, Bobby, who's amazing. She calls me and shares with me certain things because she trusts me. And she's known me for a long time, and that's all great. And so I don't want to betray that trust. And so I go the extra mile for her. When I was talking to Dana earlier, same thing. They call because they trust me. So I've developed that kind of trust with people. Same as I've developed trust with you. Same as your clients have trust with you. With those clients, we can accomplish more because they trust us.
Mm-hmm.
And that if you listen to the video that I did, I talk about, let's say you blindly go with what I'm recommending, and you feel like you're sacrificing or whatever you come up with, even though you won't feel that. And 14, 15, 24 days goes by, 30 days goes by, and you step on the scale after blindly trusting me and following the plan. And if your weight is not down, if your numbers across the board are not better, whose fault is it?
Mine.
No, mine. You trust me blindly, and if you don't get the results after putting in the work, it's on me.
True. If I did everything that you told me to do,
It's on me.
100% faithful, 100% faithful. Yeah, it's on you.
So you can see my confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm good.
Yeah, I love your confidence.
And it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So their doubt is on them. They don't trust themselves.
Right.
Like when Kathy Barrett was when I was working with Kathy was 449 pounds. And on 3 different occasions, she lost 100 pounds. And on 3 different occasions, she gained all the way back. Then she called me on the 4th time and said, "Hey, Robert, I don't know, will you take me back as a client?" I said, "Hey, as I've told you from day one, Kathy,
Absolutely.
you will give up on you way before I will give up on you."
Yep.
And
I've said that to clients.
And then she went on. And my point is really, I'm just telling you a story. She finally believed in it. She finally surrendered. She finally said, "I'm all in." Because those 3 times before, she wasn't 100% in. And when a person is committed and you have the right plan, that's what I'm talking about. Because
it works.
you could be committed and go blind and do keto, and it will backfire. You could be committed and go blind and go carnivore or some crazy ass stupid diet, and it's going to backfire.
Absolutely.
And that will have people walk around with doubt because they thought the last diet they did was going to be the last diet. So anyway,
Right.
Blind weight loss, but you got to get with a coach and you got to believe them.
Yep. And this is not a diet. This is a lifestyle. So if people are willing to change their lifestyle, tweak it, it works.
Yep.
It works.
So there you go.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like you said, it's definitely not a crazy ass diet. It's reality. It's real. You're not buying packaged foods. You eat what you want and enjoy it. It works.
Yep. So anyway, there's Sharon. She goes, "Yes, hard to trust myself."
Oh, come on, Sharon.
But see where Sharon is missing it right now. In that statement, and we can only go because that was just a statement. If she was here, she could explain herself better. And maybe tomorrow when I talk to her, I'll bring this up.
Sure.
But when she says, "Yes," what does she say? "Yes, hard to trust myself." What she's not realizing is that it's not herself. She's not trusting me. Mm-hmm. Because Sharon, a client who surrenders and she knows what these words mean. You go, "Okay, coach, like the song, put me in." Like go back and watch when Rocky went to Mick. "I got an opportunity, Mick. Put me in." And Rocky became Rocky. Mm-hmm. That old man took him on as a client because Rocky believed in him and he knew if I listen to Mick and do what Mick tells me to do, I'm gonna be all right. Mm-hmm. Sharon, you gotta believe in me enough and surrender. Get out your own way and let me coach you. And if the play doesn't work, if I give you the plays and it doesn't work, that's on me. Mm-hmm. And then blame me for it. Give me a hell of a time. Argue with me, call me and vent. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we gotta get out of here.
With that being said, we got to get out of here.
With that being said, I mean, Thank you, Amy, for doing this live today. This was,
thank you. Thank you. It was fun. It's always fun doing a live with you. So thank you very much.
And you brought up, I mean, really, you shared some really good nuggets. So thank you for doing that because, you know, and this was fun.
It was fun.
We talked about a few things and hopefully people got something out of that. And, you know, it's live on my page. So if you want to share it directly to your page, obviously,
okay,
you can do that. And in the future, remind me when we go live together, there's a way for us to go live on your page.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's kind of how when you log in, you can add your destination so that when we're live, you and I are live on your page and as well as my page.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Sounds good.
All right. All right, Sharon, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And Amy, if you ever want to get on and if you have time when you see that I'm going to do something with Sharon, feel free to come on because we have
I would love that.
Yeah, we have a blast. We have a blast.
I would love that. Thank you.
All right. All right, everybody.
For your time.
Okay, everybody. You if you want to contact Amy, reach out to her. She's amazing. She takes care of her people and is always going the extra mile to make a difference in people's lives. So you can go to her website, amyprime.com. It's under the description. You can contact me as well and learn about all the other things that we have going on. And again, thank you, Amy, for being here and for sharing and just continuing to do the work to make a difference in the lives of so many people.
You're welcome. And thank you, Robert.
All right, you guys, we're out of here. Peace. Until the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Love times is a new way to see. No more counting calories, just living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see it through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feels so right.